And welcome back to another episode of your favorite German podcast. I am your dumpling, Kelvin.
And I'm your sauerkraut, Sascha.
And together,
So we are
sauerkraut dumpling.
Yay!
So, Sascha, have you been watching the Olympics?
I have been watching the Olympics partly. There's this Instagram meme of the Turkish guy who won
that guy's
silver.
so good. What was his name?
I forgot his name.
But he's so good.
He's really good. I mean, he's just straight silver without any super equipment, you know?
Yeah, any weird like glasses or earmuffs. He's just sitting there with his hands in his pocket, just like.
There are some super funny memes, like he's having his shooting, okay, and next to him there's a barbecue. This is how chill
the
he
Turkish
is.
barbecue. I saw one of the comments. It was like, because the top three were like, the U.S. is never good at shooting.
Okay.
But then the comments were like, why isn't the U.S. up there? They get so much practice. Yeah, that one got to me. And there's that Korean girl. You know that there was a Korean girl that was also shooting. She was also super cool. She had like no expression. Even when she won a gold, she was just like very, like, okay.
Soulless.
Very soulless. Yeah. She's like a machine. Yeah. But I think the Olympics in general, would you say it's a...
I'm not following it so much, unfortunately. Yeah. Not so much into it. I hope people will not hate me now.
I think in China it's just customary. Because you know how China's so like patriotic and this is like a big thing in China. I think a lot of like, I want to say socialist countries are into these sporting events.
Is Russia joining?
Russia used to be.
But is it joining now?
This time, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the previous one in was it London? I think it was London or Japan. Oh, Japan was the one before.
Yeah.
Were they in? So there was like the Russians couldn't join officially.
Okay.
But they were like the Russian Federation, or like they had a different name, and all the Russian athletes were under this ROC. It was like the Russian something committee, Olympic committee or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It was like ROC, and then I thought, because they won a lot of medals back in, I think it was the London Olympics.
Okay.
And I thought it was the Republic of Congo. And I was like, why is Congo doing so well this time? You never see them. And then I realized, it's
Russia.
It's Russia.
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck.
It's probably a duck.
Yeah.
But I hear the Olympic athletes, they were complaining a lot about like the living conditions.
Yeah, I heard similar stuff, but not from the athletes. I heard it from people who booked an hotel 1 year in advance and for cheap conditions. And now, shortly before the Olympics starts, the hotel canceled the reservation and were selling it like, okay, we heard what you asked for and we hereby confirm your cancellation. This way they canceled it. And this is what those guys also said.
They charge more money.
Yeah, they want to charge more money, actually. They don't want those early birds discounts, you know?
That's a real asshole move, honestly.
And they're going through with this.
You could sue them, right?
Yeah, but you're here in Germany and you would sue someone in France. It's possible, but it's undoubtedly that something comes out of it.
On a happier note, I hear the athletes, when they go to the Olympics, they all sleep with each other.
That's a happy note.
It's like a big, college fest party there.
You know, once you won the gold medal, zack, party.
Or even before.
Well, it would be harsh,
But maybe it's like a way for them to, sabotage the competition, you know?
Let's party today.
Let's go partying, and then they do something.
No, tomorrow I have a big day. No,
it's fine. Don't be a pussy.
You can party today.
Yeah, but I think it's an interesting job being a professional athlete.
Yeah. Oh, I remember another meme. I think it was 20 kilometer of walking, and Spain was shortly in front of the finishing line, and was already winking, and someone
beat them.
Took over, and then Spain looked, what the fuck?
This is this year?
It was, wasn't it?
Because I know the Chinese women walking or speed walking, I think, I don't know what the...
no. Sorry, now I'm mixing it up. You're right. A Chinese woman won 20 kilometers of walking, and this was maybe more kilometers of walking. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a sport I really follow.
Yeah.
It seems ridiculous. I don't...
But it's burns more calories than jogging.
Yeah, but it just looks retarded. Or maybe I shouldn't use that word, but it looks ridiculous. Like
the technique, right?
The technique they do, it can't be good for your body.
Yeah.
Like it seems like it's really hard on your hips or something.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like they're kind of dancing. It's like they're salsaing the whole way. I don't know how to say it, but just it looks a little ridiculous.
And they have a huge metabolism. I once had a colleague who was triathlete, and while I'm eating good amount of food, he was eating twice as much, and he was super slim.
And they measure all their like food intake.
Yeah, because they have to eat a minimum amount of calories, otherwise they lose too much weight because they have such a high metabolism.
That's true. Or they just burn, because they exercise so much. They're doing like what, half a marathon, swimming 10Ks, or 5Ks, and cycling like 50Ks.
A normal triathlon is, I think, 3 kilometers swimming, 60 to 100 kilometers cycling, and a whole marathon in the end.
Whole marathon.
And then there's something called Ironman. And the Ironman is
it's like
double, and it's in most times in a really hot environment.
That's crazy.
And you do and you are at least working out them for 8 hours straight. Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah, I think in Africa or South Africa they have this like just running marathon, but I think it's called like the Conrads or something, and it's like 100 Ks, and they run for like a day and a half.
Oof.
Some kind of crazy time. But I mean, if you can run 100 Ks in one go.
You know, there are some funny Instagram challenges, like run a marathon every hour 1 mile for 24 hours.
Yeah, I've heard of this. And do you have to chug a beer too?
We can do it.
I've seen those where it's like you have to run and chug a beer every... I think it's like every mile, every hour, 1 mile, so 1.6 Ks.
I mean, we just saw we have 15 listeners every episode. Maybe one of those listeners can say, okay, which crazy Instagram challenge we should do.
Write us in on Insta, and we'll try and do it as our next experiment. Steve, talking to you, buddy. But yeah, speaking of drinking...
No, if Steve writes something crazy, he has to join us. I insist.
Steve? Yeah, we're not too far away, Steve. You should calm down. We should have an experiment with our listeners.
What about this? Run a marathon until the middle point to Steve. So Steve runs half of the way to us.
21K.
Huh?
You mean running
towards Steve, and Steve
he lives in Salzburg.
Okay.
That's like what, 500 Ks or 400 Ks?
Cancel idea.
We can run for 2 days, 3 days. But there'll definitely be partying if you come down, Steve.
Yay.
Yeah. Speaking of partying, before we get to the topic, we do have our topic of the day, but we are bringing back...
The game is back, baby.
The game.
Woo!
Exactly. Sasha's favorite part. So, Sasha, what is the plan now for the game?
So, I gave you an preview last time. So basically, you give me a statement. It's true or false. Best case, which is leaning to the topic of the day. But if not, it's not bad. And same is what I'm doing. So I give you a statement, and you have to guess if it's true or false.
Okay, sounds good.
So you want to start?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Thank you. Okay. So in Germany, there is a new partying trend, and it's called silent disco. It's a discotheque without
music.
True or false?
So I've been a silent disco since I was a kid, but Germany is slow to the party, so I want to say yes. They're usually about like 10 years behind, right? So I started going to silent discos when I was like in uni. That was like 10 years ago. I'd say this is true.
Okay.
Congratulations.
It is true.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, so it was 2019 or when COVID was about to start or even on the run, okay. Germany introduced silent discos where you have headphones and on those headphones you can change the music channel and then you can listen to different music. And I watched a short clip today. It looked so weird. So some people were getting in techno vibes, other people were dancing romantically, other people were listening to punk or something. It looked so weird.
I've been to a few silent discos.
Really?
Yeah, back in uni, because we go to like music festivals and stuff.
I thought this is a German thing. I honestly thought this is a German thing. Okay.
It was a thing for a while. Maybe it's still a thing, but I definitely had it in uni.
Wow.
And you go to like these, they're like tents, right? And then you get generally two for us, two DJs up there.
Okay.
And you have channels, so you can listen to one or the other, and you're kind of like dancing.
Okay, but then it was per tent the same music style.
No, I wouldn't say so. Maybe one is like techno and the other one's like hip hop or something.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good experience. I wouldn't say it's something I do regularly, but if you've never tried it, I'd try it. But it's kind of funny how Germany just realized that silent discos exist.
Ouch.
Better late than never, right?
Okay, you won the first round.
Yes.
Let's see if I can make an even point here.
Okay, so my thing is, it's about beer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Germany is the #1 beer consuming country in Europe. True or false?
Oh,
Beer, not alcohol, beer.
I would say true.
True?
So my first thought was, okay, maybe Belgium wins, or even Britain. Is Britain still considered Europe?
That's a good question. It was on the list. Yes.
It was on the list. Yeah, I would say true. Oh, okay. Who won?
#1 was Czech.
Czech Republic.
Yeah. I think so. I had to look. All the top so Germany was #3, pretty close.
Okay, on
but
2.
all the top consumers were all from the east.
So Poland and Czech, or
Poland, Czech, Romania, like I think it's the Iron Curtain countries. You know, they just.
But I honestly would have thought like Eastern Europe is more into vodka, or like the hard stuff. Beer is really surprising me.
Yeah, that's true. But it did say beer. I specifically looked at beer because alcohol-wise, yeah, of course, Germany's not that high. But it was like number of liters per capita per year. Germany was at like 100.
Yeah.
And Czech was at like 126 or 130. Okay. So and beer is cheap over there.
It's true.
Yeah.
But is it good though? I don't remember it. It's not like Belgian beer, which really is in my head present. This is awesome beer, or.
But I think that's the difference. For them, it's not whether it tastes good or not. It's just about getting drunk, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, after the second liter, you're kind of
everything tastes the same.
Yeah. You just need more alcohol. That's it for them.
Oh, so I have a question for you. Politician in Brandenburg, there are elections this year for the state president. Okay, and the politician of CDU, he got caught driving drunk with 1.
Is he Bavarian?
No, it was in Brandenburg.
Oh, Brandenburg. Oh.
Okay. Do you think it's a problem or not if a politician got stopped because he was drunk and drove drunk?
I think in most countries, I don't know. Okay, let's not say most, but I think in the U.S., you're probably not allowed to run for any kind of government positions if you have a if you have some kind of criminal record. I don't know if DUIs are considered.
It is a criminal act with 1.3 driving drunk. It's a criminal act. Yeah.
You're not allowed to be a politician.
I think it's bad because the party is so huge. It feels like he got an he got a special treatment, you know, so that he's still allowed to run.
He's still allowed?
Yeah, for such a high
Oh,
position.
I am wrong though. Look at Donald Trump. Isn't he convicted?
Okay, I think Donald Trump is out of the ordinary. You know, he...
yeah, true. But still, as in officially, I think you're not allowed to hold any position in politics if you're convicted of some kind of felony.
I know. I think we have at least one listener of USA. Could you do us a favor and write us if it's allowed or not as a convicted person to run for presidency?
In my opinion, you shouldn't.
I think so too.
Because you're a representative of the people.
You represent a whole nation, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just not say president. Say you're mayor or something.
And the guy said he first of all published it himself, so the other parties could not use it against him as an attack. And he said everybody should be allowed to do a mistake, but then also take the consequences. And I think
the consequence should be you shouldn't be a politician.
Exactly. He shouldn't run for the presidency of the state. This would mean taking the responsibility. The consequences.
Honestly, I don't care so much about German politics, but the more I hear about it, the darker it gets, I feel. Yeah. I think German politics is really corrupt.
I think so too.
It's just bureaucracy, man. You just need like someone like Xi Jinping.
And now.
Oh wait, no, I take that back. You had a Xi Jinping in the 40s. It was not good.
We had a Xi Jinping on speed.
Yeah. Had a Xi Jinping with a bad haircut and
a nice mustache.
Shave.
Okay, and what is the opposite of bureaucracy? It is
fun
and
partying.
Yeah, our topic of the day.
Yeah, partying. As you guys might have known, we're talking about drinking. Maybe, Sascha, I hit you with some statistics, okay?
Okay.
So like I said, Germany drinks about 100 liters per year per capita. So on average, this is men and women beer.
100 liters.
100 liters. What is that about? That's about that's about 1 liter every 3 days, right? I know people don't drink like that. Normally people drink. So you're drinking like 300 milliliters a day. It's like a beer a day, basically. It's like a small beer, you know?
Oh, it hurts. It hurts listening to this.
A bit less, but that sounds about right, though. I mean,
it sounds about right, but it's so much.
Like when we go out, right? I think on average, if I'm just drinking beer, I'm drinking about 2 liters to 3. So like 6 beers, 6 pints.
The things
4 to 6
with beers, it's volume. At a certain point, you cannot drink more. At least for me,
It depends on the duration. I just pee it out, so I can drink in my youth when I was younger, I used to drink, during the day, and I can drink for 5-6 hours, and you're drinking maybe almost 10 liters because you're peeing out.
But you don't do this every day then?
No. But you're in uni, so you're every other day, basically.
Every day. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Every other day, of course.
I try to be healthy in uni. I don't drink back to back. That was my health standard. You give me 1 day to rest, I'll do it the day after.
In between you were studying.
In between, I don't know about that. I was recovering. I always get the worst hangovers. But I think drinking beer is nice, especially in Germany. It's a big part of the culture.
So if we are talking about beer and drinking, I hit you with some typical German cocktails, okay? And you tell me if you ever drank those or not. First one, Fanta Korn. Do you know what this is?
This is Fanta?
Fanta, yeah, of course.
With a Fanta corn?
Corn.
Corn?
Corn. Fanta corn.
Mice? Corn juice with Fanta?
So corn is a liquor. It's
Is
made
it like
of
Kirschwasser?
similar. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. It tastes like petrol for your car. Okay, so
Sounds like
there is
Kirschwasser.
no human person who should, in his clear mind, drink corn and says, awesome.
But it's cheap, right? It's like
It
dirt
is cheap. It's this little clear liquor you usually say at Aldi when you are about to cash out, you know.
Who drinks this? I mean, not like the
On the
alcoholics,
villages.
but why? Like, why was this invented?
On the villages, I tell you, it was cheap. It was available. So during my childhood, when you were 16 around, you usually go for Fanta corn. This is one typical one.
That sounds like the vodka Red Bull's equivalent.
And the next one, vodka O.
Saft. Screwdriver.
You know it?
Yeah. That's a screwdriver. We call it a screwdriver.
Screwdriver, okay.
Yeah.
Bacardi Cola, of course.
Yeah, but the white Bacardi.
White Bacardi, yeah, the same here.
Yeah.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Rum and Coke?
Rum and, yeah, it's a rum, exactly, rum and Coke.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not 100% safe here with the name. It's called eggs and milk or vanilla milk. It's basically in liquor, which tastes like vanilla. And you...
Is it Bailey's?
No, it's not Bailey's.
It's milk.
And you mix it with milk.
Oh. We used to drink absinthe with milk.
Absinthe with milk?
The green, yeah. I don't know why. We used to do, like, for a while in high school, a lot of my friends liked absinthe. So we drank that with milk.
How much? But not
Like
the whole bottle, right?
Like we'd take shots of absinthe and then chase it with milk. And then
But if you puke, you puke white liquid.
It's like white, light green, you know, because absinthe is green. We did do this interesting drink. I forgot the name, but there's like coffee beans.
Mm-hmm.
We'd light coffee beans,
mm-hmm.
and we put it like upside down. We put a cup upside down, like, so we light coffee beans. Yeah. Put it like, because there'll be steam or like smoke coming out of the coffee bean once you put it over a fire, right? Like a lighter.
Yeah.
And then we'd put a cup over it and let the cup like kind of take in, like absorb, like take in all the smoke. And then we get a straw and suck out all the coffee bean smoke. And then take a shot of this liqueur that had coffee in it.
Ah, okay.
And then we'd chew the coffee bean. Because it's like kind of crispy once you roast it a bit. But I forgot the name of the liqueur. Shit. That's kind of tasty though.
Last liquor I have. When you were in China and or Melbourne, have you ever drank Jägermeister?
Sure, yeah.
Really? It's available and popular abroad?
Yeah, actually it has a better reputation than it does in Germany.
Yeah, actually I realized that especially Jägermeister is kind of a German representative liquor.
Yep. We did Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs. So Jägermeister with beer, right?
No, Jägermeister with Red Bull.
But you have Red Bull and then you chuck the
if you want, sure.
Or you mix it like a cocktail.
No, they give you separate.
Yeah.
But you could put the shot glass in the Red Bull glass, or you just pour it in.
Okay.
But that's a Jaeger bomb.
Jaeger bomb.
But I realized in Germany, people don't drink Jaeger like that so much. They just drink it straight. Like you order shots of Jaeger.
I can drink it, but only if it's ice cold, like super ice cold, even with a little crystal on top. Then I can drink it, and maybe 2 or 3, but I really don't like it.
I used to like drinking it before coming to Germany because it was considered like something exotic.
A delicacy.
Not a delicacy, but like exotic. And I thought it tasted kind of like Chinese medicine.
It's supposed to be a medicine.
So I was like...
Started out to.
I thought this felt like... I felt good drinking. I was like, this is healthy. So I would go out and like, I'll have a shot of vodka and then a shot of Jaeger that kind of cancels out the negative effects of the vodka. So
but something which is OG German, Weinschorle.
Weinschorle, yeah, true.
This is nowhere offered.
But I think Weinschorle is like this drink that everyone, no matter what age, would drink it. because it's like old people can drink it too.
Yeah.
Young people, adults. Yeah, it's a nice drink.
So when you first drank it, positively surprised?
Yeah, it's very refreshing. It's like a good summer drink.
So guys, if you're coming to Germany and if you then visit Heidelberg as a tourist, so you're in Baden-Württemberg area, Baden-Württemberg is actually a wine nation together with Rheinland-Pfalz.
Yeah.
So if you're around here, they will offer you Weinschorle, which is basically wine and sparkling water, a soda. And drink it. It's nice. You can drink several ones. Don't get super fast drunk. It's refreshing. Exactly.
We talked about this during our festival episode.
Yeah.
But there's this big festival called Wurstmarkt.
Yeah.
At Bad Dürkheim.
Yeah.
And that's like the wine festival. And you basically only get Weinschorle there.
Yeah.
I think you can get it straight, but most people drink the Weinschorle. But the Weinschorles are really, really strong because it's like 80% wine and 20% water.
I don't remember when I was there with my wife. And were you also there? We were there once in a big group.
I don't think so. I went there with my ex. I think I talked about it in the episode. Yeah.
So I remember I was there with a friend, Sonia. And while everybody else was drinking Weinschorle, she was drinking the equivalent pure wine.
Wow. She got knocked out?
Not more than me. So I was like at the train and I was sleeping.
Yeah, I think the worst is the way back. Yeah. Like, because you're drunk. Being drunk is fine. For me, having a lot of alcohol and needing to pee is the worst feeling, and not having a bathroom is the worst feeling because you're trapped on a train.
Yeah,
like that's the worst. But there is one very German drink. I don't know the name, but Sasha, I think you might know it. It's like a shot. I think it's a shot of the thing you were saying, kind of like Kirschwasser or some kind of. What was the thing you were saying that's like Kirschwasser? What was the first drink you were saying?
The first drink I was saying corn.
Yeah. I think it's corn, and they give you a packet of sugar or candy. Have you ever had this kind of combination?
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Now I remember. You mean a Brausepulver?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like like they give you a packet of candy and a shot of this very alcohol.
Yeah.
I've only had it in Germany, and a friend told me when they were kids, like growing up, some people would snort it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a line of Coke and then take it.
Yeah. It's just stupid.
It's ridiculous.
So you guys see, if you do partying in Germany, it starts off with what different drinks are there.
Mm-hmm.
And these are not fancy drinks we're talking about. These are
these are like the 16-year-old
old school kick in your ass drinks.
Yeah. And what was it, like red wine with cola? That's also one of the
should be forbidden. This should be really forbidden.
But I know a lot of kids do this. But it's like super cheap, like Aldi wine, like 3-4 euros, and you get a cola and mix it. Yeah.
Maybe if an Italian person listens to it, he or she
they're gonna.
He's now in pain. Or French person.
French people get mad at this for sure. But so clubbing in Germany, Sasha, or not clubbing, sorry, partying. What kind of different types of parties, like way to party, do you see?
Yeah. So of course, bar hopping. Ne? This is international. This is not a German thing. It's always fun.
Yeah, true. But do Germans bar hop, or do they just go to one bar and stay there?
I mean, when we started living here in Heidelberg, I remember you guys and we were doing bar hopping through Heidelberg just to get to know the city, you know. And
also, like different times, different places are better, right?
Yeah.
You have places you go. This is when we were younger and we can drink more and be out longer. But you start at like 10 or even earlier.
Yeah.
You go to a bar where it's like more relaxed, people are drinking.
Yeah.
And then like during like the 11 to 1 time, you go to like one of those bars where people are like, really like kind of the party's going on, right? And you have a good time. And then at the end, you either go to one of those like clubs or you go to a place where it's open at the end of the night, because a lot of places close at like 1.
Exactly. A lot of places has to close in Old Town especially because by law, when there are when there's a living environment around it, there's only a time window until 1 o'clock in the morning. You're allowed to play loud music.
But it's like this everywhere.
In Germany, everywhere in Germany.
And the smoking. So I've heard, me too, but I've heard from many like female friends.
Yeah.
When they go out drinking or something, they just smell like cigarettes, because you can, for a lot of the bars and clubs, they used to only smoke inside because it's too loud smoking outside. Like you go to Pinta, but Toilet's Tinken, or they'll just smoke inside.
So actually it started being forbidden in Germany to smoke inside of a club, but certain bars are still offering this, like Distille in Heidelberg.
Smokes inside. A lot of the bars in Heidelberg still drink.
I'm surprised.
Eckstein, they had a smoking area.
Yeah.
That was my favorite bar.
Eckstein?
Yeah.
It still exists, no?
Yeah, but I think it has a new owner now, and like it's not the same as like 5, 6 years ago.
I was once in a bar in Heidelberg where they only offered shots. They had 100-something different shots.
Shooters,
okay. It was cool.
That was an interesting bar. Yeah, it was a good time.
Like
a lot
to
of kids
start
go there.
off and hit some shots.
Yeah. I remember going in there once, just randomly go in, and this German guy just stares at me and comes up and was like, "Warum bist du so groß?" He's like, "Why are you so tall?" And I was like, "Milk?" I was just like,
"Warum bist du so groß?"
Yeah, it's yeah.
If you talk about partying and bar hopping, you also have to talk about really loud, drunk German guys. And there is something, I don't know if this is international, but every time I use the word grölen, everybody asks me what this is. What does this mean? Do you know what gröl means?
No.
It means you're super drunk and then you scream around, but not like, but like,
like
this sound like
growling? No.
This is gröl. Exactly.
It's like when you go to a soccer match or something.
Exactly. Is this a German thing, or are you doing it in China as well? You're drunk and then you go out and then you make...
I think, no. China, definitely not. I think it's like a Western thing, maybe. Because I can imagine like British people doing this too.
That's true.
Yeah. It's like a white people getting drunk thing. They become monkeys.
This is kind of fitting, unfortunately.
White people are more like monkeys. We're woke. We're anti-racist.
We are more hairy than Eastern people. we gröl when we drink alcohol. I guess there's a point on this, right?
What do Asian people do? Asian people just, I don't know. They just love drinking. For them, it's like they go to karaoke's. Yeah, Asian people love karaoke. This is one thing I miss about China. Yeah. Because there are a lot of like fun activities you can do when you drink.
Agreed.
But the most, like, for me, the best is going to KTV. We call it KTV, but karaoke. And it's different to like the West, where it's a bar and there's a stage and 1 or 2 people go up and sing in front of a whole group. Yeah. Like just random people.
Yeah.
In China, it's like a room. Like you go to a karaoke place and they have many separate rooms. Mm-hmm. Like think of like, I don't know, you go to a massage place and they have very individual, like, closed rooms. And each room has, like, a couch, has a TV, and you can select the music you want.
Sounds like Japanese karaoke bars as well.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. And then you can order beer and fruits and food, and they'll bring it to the room, and you're only singing with people you want to sing with, you know?
It's like a house party, but in a karaoke bar atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Yeah.
One last thing, while we're talking about people, is the aggressiveness. I have the feeling German people, when they are drunk, they get exceptionally aggressive. For instance, Michael, while he was living in Madrid, he realized the guys, they're just out really for partying and they're not aggressive at all.
Yeah.
And when he returned to Germany, he realized how aggressive the environment is when he's again out for partying, and I kind of agree. And he even mentioned a theory about this.
Yeah.
He
What did he
says
say?
German men are sexually more frustrated, and this is why they get aggressive when they're drunk.
I'm gonna blame the German society. They just make men frustrated.
But
Wait,
yeah,
is that true though?
in Spain? It's more like easier and more common to hook up with
to
someone,
talk
but
to women even,
or
right?
talk, yeah. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
women also more flirty, but in Germany,
They're more like
It's-
open to talking to men.
yeah, in Germany it's not the case. In Germany, only if she really is interested in you, then she.
Maybe it's also because they're boring. Well, I don't know. But the German men are also boring too.
Ouch! Thank you.
The ones that like the German women. All right, no shade towards the Germans, but maybe you're right. Maybe they're just repressed in general. Like they need an excuse to be happy, right? But they can't just be happy, you know?
And I must admit, sometimes I also got aggressive while I was drinking, but mostly I fall asleep when I'm drinking, when I'm drunk
Yeah.
nowadays. But
I've never seen you aggressive.
in my youth, I got actually aggressive also when I was drinking.
Huh?
Like not like I kill everybody, no.
But you're like more defensive, or
Yeah, could be.
like if people like, I don't know, shoved you or pushed you, you'd be like trying.
So nowadays not anymore at all,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
it was during
yeah.
my 20s, like between 24 to 26 maybe.
You had like
An aggressive
something to
phase.
prove.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think I ever got aggressive. Maybe it's a cultural thing. I'm generally pretty chill, and when I drink, I feel like I'm even more.
So China is
Chill.
also like having fun without being violent.
No, people do get violent. Some people do, but I think in general, yeah, I think when you're drunk, you're more prone to doing stupid shit.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's just me that's more like, I'm just not very. I'm not into confrontation, or I don't like causing a scene. Like if it needs to happen, okay, but I don't see many occasions where you need to be in a fight.
So when I'm in China and I will start a fight with someone and I say, if you come at me, this guy will beat you up. What?
I guess, dude, I don't think anyone would try and fight you.
No.
I don't think
Just
so.
just like fun.
I think Chinese people in general, especially with like foreigners, like, you know, Germans or something, they're a little more relaxed. They're nicer than Chinese people to Chinese people. I'm not sure. But I think China in general, growing up there's a lot of fun like things you can do. Like clubbing is really fun in China.
You're not right.
I think we're in the wrong city. Like if you want to go clubbing, you probably go to the bigger cities, like Berlin. I think if you think partying, like clubbing, your number one city in Germany is Berlin, right?
Berlin and Hamburg, yeah.
Hamburg, Munich.
Munich, I'm not sure. Munich is a big village.
There's a very famous club in Berlin. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No.
There's a very, very famous club. I have friends in China.
They know
When I
about it.
say Germany, they're like, have you ever been to, it's called Berghain. Maybe you know.
No, really no.
Yeah, it's super famous. People line up for the club, just the club, for like 3-4 hours to try just to go in.
Okay,
yeah?
what kind of club is it? Is it a high class club? Is it a normal?
It's a very
leisure?
like, I would say, alternative club, but it's become very popular. So people line up literally for 3 to 4 hours to try and go in. There are ways to like cut the line and stuff, but like you line up for 3 to 4 hours, and then at the door, because there's a bouncer, right?
Yeah.
And the bouncer is quite famous too. But like the bouncer will just look at you. He kind of susses like your vibe out, and if he doesn't like your vibe, he tells you to leave.
Oh.
And the chances are like not low that you might get kicked out. So you're lining up for like 4 hours, and at the end the guy's like, fuck off.
So we're talking not about 50-50, we're talking about like 70-30 that you are.
I think it depends on the person, because my friend always gets in and she's like, it has to be,
How
you need to have a like,
is your friend attractive?
She's okay, I guess. Yeah.
I
I don't think it's about the attractiveness. Rather, it's more about like how they just want to make sure you're not there as like a tourist. You know what I mean? You're there like, oh, you're gonna take pictures or like stare at people. Like you're there because you want to have a good time, and you know, like we had a colleague before. Won't name names. He's gay. I don't know if that has any any connection to this, but like he loved that club, and he told me he would finish work. This is in Heidelberg, on a Friday. Fly directly on a Friday to Berlin, go from the airport directly to the club, stay in the club till Sunday, and then fly back.
Are you kidding me?
No
sleep.
Well, no sleep. Obviously, he's partying with people. I mean, come on. When you go to like techno or clubbing, people
and then
take
he
stuff.
Works on Monday, and then he tries to recover from Monday to Tuesday.
Yep.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, he's that's an experience. I mean, I maybe I would try it once. I mean, that's a real experience. This club is so famous. There's a game about lining up for the club. There are YouTube videos. It's like literally the Berghain club lining experience, and they use like your camera, like the game uses your camera and stuff. I don't know like the algorithm behind it.
Yeah.
But it's like simulating the experience. So the bouncer will ask you like 2-3 questions, and then at the end it's like you get kicked out or you go in.
Oh, it would really demolish me, after 4 hours of waiting. Fuck off. Oof.
Yeah. But I think that's also part of the experience.
Okay, I tried.
Yeah, like I was in. Imagine your kids, Berghain in like 20 years probably would be, might not be there anymore. Your kids are like, "Did you ever go to Berghain?" You're like, "Yeah, but I got kicked out."
Is it this popular?
I think so. Especially in like the partying scene. It's like the club in Europe, like for this kind of music and stuff. Because I think Berlin has a lot of nice clubs. Like nightlife is really good there, but Berghain is number one.
I don't know if we can still manage the Sauerkraut versus Dumpling episode where
we go to Berghain for a weekend and
where we first go to Berlin. You by train, me by car. Then see who had the better experience,
and then who goes into Berghain,
and then who can enter Berghain.
Dude, we have to buy different clothes. We have to really be like decked out. We can do an interview with my friend that goes regularly.
Yeah.
And then get tips on how we can go in.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, okay, you cannot get in like this.
She was saying like you can't look at the bouncer. You can't be like too looking at people and stuff. You just have to kind of just not really be there. Like mentally, you gotta be a little checked out.
This sounds... I don't know. It sounds like there is a rule book which
kind of
to enter this club.
A little bit. Like the bouncer is super famous. He's been interviewed by I forgot some YouTube channels and stuff.
Maybe we can post on our channel a photo of this bouncer. I'm now curious about this.
Yeah. But I think the locals, because it used to be a very local thing. Berliner local thing.
Yeah.
And now because of the popularity, the locals kind of hate it because all these people, people traveling from like China.
It's always like this, right? The more popular something gets, the more tourists are coming, and then the regulars say they are suffering.
Yeah, exactly. Damn tourists. Ausländer.
Ausländer raus.
Ausländer raus. Yeah, maybe we're just joking, guys. We're both Auslanders, don't worry. So Berlin, I think if you guys really want to party, go to Berlin. Nightlife is crazy. There are a lot of different parties.
But we can we can underline every city in Germany you can do bar hopping at least. So also the city which was close to my village where I grew up, there were 2-3 bars, and even there bar hopping was working kind of.
But it's like everyone went to those bars, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the happening place.
Yeah, so if you are like a tourist and only for 2-3 nights there, it's working. If you're living there, it's depressing.
Yo, maybe we should do like we should go to a random village type place, and go to like these bars, local bars, and see what the nightlife is like. You think it'll be a fun experience? Because we're not really in a village, right?
Have
Heidelberg
you partied already once in Mannheim?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but Mannheim is more. It's more of a city than Heidelberg.
It is.
I went clubbing there once with a friend, and she was crazy. Like she lived in Mannheim, and she tried to pick fights with like random people on the street. Yeah. Maybe it's the Vietnamese blood in her.
Ah, okay, I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, crazy. I think you need to be kind of rough. You need to, because I think in Germany, clubbing, going out is rougher than some other places, especially like China. The people there needs to be rough. Because like you said, people are more aggressive when they're drunk here.
You can also kind of realize if someone comes from Berlin by their way of speaking or how direct they are. So Berlin people are really known to be really direct.
In what way?
So they tell you fuck off or like in a nice way, you know, like not like meaning.
Really?
Yeah.
Like fuck off, dude.
Yeah, something like this.
Okay, I mean, I respect that. Very direct, but nice. Go suck a dick. Yeah.
So clubbing, not so much except big cities. Bar hopping, totally possible everywhere. Drinks, we explained to you. So in future you can directly ask for Fanta corn, and then the people be disgusted.
And the sugar one, the sugar version?
And the sugar corn, yeah.
Is it called? What is it called?
So Brause corn.
Yeah, I forgot the name, but that one's a pretty famous one amongst kids.
So the sugar is called Ahoy Brause, and corn is corn, man.
Yeah.
So if you order this as an, I don't know, American or Chinese person in a club, the club owner will be amazed by you. Disgusted and amazed.
True. Yeah. If you want to show off, you know, to some Germans that you know their culture, just order that. What are those little tiny bottles? You know what I'm talking about? Like these super tiny, kind of sweet alcohol.
It's called Feigling.
Very popular, and you buy it by like the box.
Yeah,
there's
bachelor parties often have this. They're called Feigling most times.
And they taste okay.
It tastes okay,
but it's very bad alcohol.
It's shit alcohol.
Yeah, we had it in our ski trip. That's actually one thing. So I want to say, like, there are a lot of daytime drinking activities Germans like to do.
Is a ski trip, was it Germany or was it Switzerland or Italy?
We went to Austria, but it's like it was like a group thing, right? So we paid an all-inclusive. A bus came to where I used to live.
Yeah.
Because this was like something organized by it was like a Studentenwohnheim kind of thing. They organized it.
With the student dorm.
But it was like a private one. So not many students. It was more like young professionals, you know? Mm-hmm. It was like people like me. Mm-hmm. And then the bus would come, take you to the ski place. You'd ski for like half the day. And then there's like après ski.
And was it a weekend or a week?
It was like one day on a Saturday. Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
So you start in the morning, right? And then there's this dude. He brings like, there's a bunch of alcohol, like this thing, you know, the little shots.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. Feig. What is it called?
Feigling.
Yeah. He gives like everyone a few of those in the morning. No one's had breakfast, I think. Everyone's just drinking. And then you're there. You ski for like 4 hours. And then afterwards, you go to après ski.
I mean, day drinking, okay. But not in the morning, dude. Oof.
And we had to go early because, you know, the bus had to take you there. So it was like 7:30 or like, you know?
So on a Saturday when the painter came to my place, one of the guys, he was drinking beer and was 9 o'clock in the morning. You could consider it breakfast then.
Was he drinking beer as breakfast, or did he just not sleep from the night before and just continue drinking?
I didn't ask. But if you are renovating in Germany, you place you place of course drinks for the guys, and one of the drinks must be beer and Radler, which is a beer Sprite mix.
I don't consider Radler alcohol anymore, to be honest. It's like an energy drink, basically.
Yeah,
it's like Prime.
It's little alcohol. It's really sweet. It's a lot of Sprite.
Yeah. I mean, it's called Radler, right? It's like for cyclists. To me, it's a nice, like, refreshing drink that, quenches your thirst and gives you electrolytes. Are there electrolytes in Radler? I feel like there are electrolytes in beer. No?
Guess so. Could be. I don't know, so I can't deny.
It's kind of healthy, but not healthy.
Not healthy.
Not so healthy. Oh, but I think one of the big day drinking stuff that older people do in our region, because it's a wine region, is to go on these wine tours.
Yeah, Weinwanderung. Yeah.
And it's like there'll be a bunch of vineyards or wineries in one close proximity to each other.
Yeah, unfortunately, you missed out the last one, unfortunately. It was really fun. I was there with Michael and some other friends and my wife.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Next one.
It was really good.
But basically, you start in the day. Like, it's a daytime thing, right? You start kind of early, like after lunch?
Afternoon, yeah.
Afternoon.
And you end up at early evening.
Okay. Is there food?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty of food, and for instance, a boar on a stick, where you
grilled, some kind of barbecue.
Boar. So a lot of barbecue, of course. German stuff like Nackensteak, so a steak of shoulder of a pork.
Ooh, okay, that sounds nice.
Also cake, like a strawberry cake. Usually these Weinwanderungen are during strawberry season.
Wine and cake sounds like a very white thing.
And a lot of wine.
Sounds nice though. Wine. I'm not a big fan of wine, but it sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I really had a good time. It was fun.
Yeah, I like day drinking. I think it's very responsible.
It's in UK, in London, it's so easy to day drink. Like you go in a pub, you eat there your Scottish egg plus something else, and you order a beer.
True, because you eat, like, most of the food places are also pubs, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice, like, gateway drinking.
And it's classy. In London, it's classy to
have a pint of dark, I don't know, Guinness? No, Guinness is not British.
But pint already sounds more nice than mass.
Mass just sounds, it's very hardcore.
Yeah.
Imagine having a mass for breakfast.
It sounds just hardcore, I agree. But the pint sounds kind of classy, yeah.
It's just half a mass though. If you have 2 pints, that's 1 mass.
Just think about it next time you are in a pub.
Yeah, just order 2 pints. Don't order a mass. And you'll feel classier instantly. I see this thing. I don't know if you've noticed. A lot of Germans like to hike and they like to drink, and they combine these 2 activities.
Yeah. We had this during the festival episodes, I think. It was Vatertags tour. So Father Day tour, where you actually carry like walk in a group, and you have a wagon behind you, and then on the wagon is of course alcohol, and during the tour you drink the whole time.
It's kind of nice in my opinion, because like I know I keep coming back to this, but whenever you drink, you want to pee. When you're on a hike, you're literally you're walking in the bathroom, right? You
walk in your bathroom.
Yeah. Nature is your bathroom, so it's kind of nice.
It's actually a delict to pee publicly.
It's not.
It's not allowed, no.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you go on hikes, where do you pee?
I mean, you do it, right? But if a police officer would see it, it's I think it's a delict. But I don't want to.
Dude, I was in Etika like
You
last week.
you peed next to the salad bar.
Well, maybe I'll try that next time. But no, there's a guy that just peed sitting on the chair or the couch. And the whole place smelled like piss.
Oof.
He's like an alcoholic. But like, yeah. Socialism, man. That's what happens when you have free healthcare. People just start peeing everywhere.
I think that's a good point to
transition.
A perfect transition to end this beautiful episode.
Okay, maybe. How do you want to close it, Sascha? Do you have any last words?
Let's go for the best party experience you had, both of us.
Best party.
You first.
What comes to mind for you?
What was your best party experience so far here in Germany?
Ooh, best party. I think when I first came, I lived in like this dorm, like this Studentenwohnheim kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of parties in the dorm with a lot of people there.
And the best one was one of those parties, or was every party awesome there?
Like every party was nice. I would say there's some that are more, exciting, but
Okay.
It was always, yeah, we had a lot of. It felt like I was still in college.
Oh, okay.
So the experience was nice in a different country.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that got kind of old. So I kind of stopped partying after a while because I think partying is hard on your body.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah. But I enjoyed those days. Looking back, we had some very fun times. Yeah.
Mm.
And there was a volleyball court right in the Innenhof. So whenever we drank, we'd also go out and play some volleyball.
That's cool.
It was a good time. Yeah. What about you?
So for me, I studied in Bielefeld, the university, and we had 3 parties during the year. Everybody was looking forward. One was sports, the sports student Christmas party. It was really popular, and you only get tickets by knowing someone who studies sport.
Okay.
But it's not the best. The second one is were the Erasmus parties. They were also awesome, but also not the best. The best party in Bielefeld was
the tent parties.
No, not in a university, man.
Oh.
We had kind of a big hall where the whole university was. I think it called Mensa party. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was once per year, and basically the whole university was one big party area, and this was legendary. But I think after I finished studying, shortly before I finished studying, so 2 years before, they already stopped preparing this party because it created too much rubbish and too much work, etc.
They trashed the whole place, basically.
Kind of, yeah. But this was indeed the best party I've ever been. This Mensa party in Bielefeld.
Honestly, in Germany, because I came here after studying, I also didn't want to party so much. I was a bit partied out, because I was in uni. I was partying.
Not
for like
burnt
4
out,
years.
partied out.
No, seriously. I mean, we had our house when I was in uni.
Yeah.
I lived with like a bunch of guys, like 3 other guys. Three other guys, and our house was called the Hard House because we were called the Hard Boys. And we all, our house was dirty as hell, and we just partied and gamed all day.
Did you also had this guy who was contra party, or were you all
everyone
kinds the
was
same?
no, everyone was partying.
I imagine kind of a group, everybody's like you, and then there's one guy. Oh, come on, guys, not again! It would be so fun.
No, I think I was the guy that was like, dude, I can't party anymore. It was too much. Yeah, but we definitely had a lot of parties. I was also in the student union, so we had a lot of parties.
Yeah,
with the student union and the people there. So the most fun, I think, we had a bubble party. So we filled the whole area with like foam, like when you have like a bath and it's like bubbles.
but it was a student apartment.
No, it was like a uni. It was a uni party.
And it was an official one, or you
It was
just
like an official one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But you organized it.
No, it was another student union from another campus.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good fun. A lot of partying. Yeah. So guys,
okay,
go to uni if you want to party. That's basically it.
And write us on sauerkrautdumplingpod Instagram, sauerkrautdumpling@gmail.com, and sauerkrautdumpling Facebook.
Yes.
And tell us what was your most legendary party, please.
Yes, Instagram, please. I mean, the others are okay, but I will judge you a little bit.
I'm so curious what Steve's most legendary party was.
It has to be with us, with the boys.
But he lives in Vietnam or Thailand?
Back then.
Yeah.
But we went to uni together.
Oh, okay.
So
it was most probably with you at
probably
uni.
with us. Yeah, we had some good parties.
Right. Yeah. Last
Alright,
words,
guys.
Kelvin.
And with that, stay German.
Stay German. Bye.
Hey, guys.